Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Can and can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars on the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Can and can in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. We live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're a force can't fight. From sports to politics.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Oh, I was jamming.
That's weird. Good morning, everyone. It's Ken. It's JB, and it's Fred. Fred in here early in the morning. He said the second I set up the show, Fred is right there. So
Yeah.
he is on it because he's on YouTube. And whose YouTube is he on? Kneecap biting, of course. Hey, don't forget. Go ahead.
And we had a hell of a month, boys.
Yeah, we did. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on JB's. What's it? The full name is Kneecap Biting.
Fighting with the Motor City Lion.
Yeah, long name. Hit the like, subscribe, so you know when the shows are coming up. Because our show's there, JB shows are there. Some other rando shows that we throw on there, like the open mic night for Driving to the Top Productions, Alice Hall. We throw all kinds of good stuff on there. So make sure you give us a like and a share and leave a comment there and all that good stuff so we can interact with you. And of course, we're on Rumble at Ken the Bear Fan. We're on X. We're on
There,
Facebook at Packer Backer.
I put the link in there for you.
There you go. We're at Packer Backer News. We're on the network, Facebook, and we're on the Roku and the Fire TV. We're just all over the place. It's kind of pseudo the off season. Yeah, the Super Bowl is going to happen. But like JB and I were just talking off air before we started this morning. It's like this game has no buzz. It's like it's so weird. It doesn't feel like it's Super Bowl week. It's just like because everything you hear about coming out of the NFL is bad this, bad that. No Belichick, Bad Bunny taunting fans again. Or whatever. And it's like, and then you got two teams playing that look they deserve to be there, but to be honest. No one cares.
I got the positive buzz out of this Super Bowl for you. Whether the Patriots win or lose, they're setting a Super Bowl record for either wins or losses.
That's part of why people don't care, though.
And there has been 26 in the Super Bowl area. There has been 26 quarterbacks drafted out of USC, and this is the first time that a USC quarterback is starting the Super Bowl. And it might be the first time we have a ginger win the Super Bowl.
And he's the first one from his draft class.
Yeah.
To get
over Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
How
well.
crazy is that?
And Drake May, of course, is the first from his draft class. So he gets to thumb Caleb and everyone. But I mean, it's we're having a little gathering here. I got my Packer friend from my next door neighbor who's a Packer fan coming over with his wife and my neighbor across the street. We're all going to watch the game. Hopefully there's some good commercials. Hopefully halftime isn't as horrid as we think. We'll probably watch the Puppy Bowl or we'll get on X and watch the Turning Point USA Kid Rock country music show.
That's what I'm watching.
Which actually sounds pretty darn good compared to the NFL show. Look at we've been talking about the show all week, but like they could have done Linkin Park, who's highly successful right now. They could have done Metallica, whose hometown it is. They could have maybe done Lil Wayne. He has a lot of crossover appeal. They could have done so many different people. And then with Bad Bunny, who's so niche. And then on top of it is so political, right? It's been so political for a game that should be apolitical and the crown jewel of the NFL. And it's like more self-sabotage by the NFL. So that's why, and then look, and then coming into Super Bowl week, We have no leaks of who's getting into the Hall of Fame. Usually we get the little videos like the guy's getting his gold jacket, like we got with Devin Hester and Julius Peppers did it, right? None of that. The only news we're getting from the Hall of Fame is the who's not in. No Bill Belichick, which of course we showed the video yesterday. Everyone's like, no. Yeah, he's not in. Winningest coach ever, whatever, in terms of everything but regular season wins. He's number 2 in that category. Kraft doesn't get in. Okay, owner doesn't get in. He's still an active owner. Okay, fine. And then you get like, oh, well, there's no Eli. And everyone's like, yeah, well, everyone kind of figured that. But still, negative news coming out of the NFL. So what does the NFL do? Hey, we're playing nine international games. Like, that's supposed to correct course. And in all honesty, like, they think that's good news. But as we heard from, like, a certain Packer fan yesterday, he hates it. Right? There's some fans out there like, okay, cool. We're going to go to Barcelona. We're going to Spain. We're going to Paris this year. Cool. But you know what? That's like maybe a 50-50 at best proposal. Probably half the fans are like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
The other half like, dude, what the hell?
Let's talk about the 25% loyal fans that are season ticket holders. Those are the ones that missed
Get
out.
screwed. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's like if the NFL at least has been smart about how they handle that, you still get your 8 home games. It's the 9th game, that extra. That's how they do it. The extra home game. So the way they do it,
What's up there, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? Wait, there's a jack wagon in the comments this morning. What's up, you jag off? But,
can you believe this guy's a jagoff?
I tell you.
So,
I mean,
my
the
show that
NFL's
follows
smart.
this.
So last year the AFC teams were the home teams. This year it's the NFC teams, and they take the teams that get that ninth home game, and that's the game they use. So you still keep your 8 home games. So that doesn't change. I got guests at my door, I guess. Little man, going pop, 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 pop. So I mean, they're smart about that. So the season ticket holder doesn't really get screwed. They're not paying for that 9th game actually, so they're keeping their costs the same year in and year out. But I mean, like that's not really good news, right? Like half the fan base is like, dude, this sucks. The other half is like, yes, it's cool, but it doesn't mitigate all the other crap coming out during Super Bowl week. There's been 0 player movement this year. The head coaching carousel was really
done,
interesting
right?
about a nanosecond.
It's done and uneventful. It was uneventful.
Now it's
And today we found out that Frank Reich is going to be the offensive coordinator for the Jets.
Yeah,
Good
ooh.
luck.
And Matt Nagy's going to the Giants. Ooh. And the Bears are interviewing a guy to be their OC who's never going to call plays. Ooh.
And then
I don't understand.
Eric Bieniemy returned to Kansas City Chiefs because if he's going to get a head coaching job, it'll be when Andy Reid retires and the only shot he has.
But I mean, that was so early on too, though. Like all the good stuff happened so quick. What's up, Joe?
Oh, I was just going to say that makes no sense to me for Harbaugh to go to New York with that what looks that on paper next year to be a high-powered offense, and then you hire Matt Nagy. Like it's just not. It's not the pick I would have.
Well, I think that's because a monkey wrench got thrown into his plan with his OC going to be the head coach now in Cleveland.
You think he wanted Monken?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he hired Monk.
That's what I thought. I heard that he actually hired him for it, and then he took the head coaching job.
And here's the thing: like I was talking on driving to Top last night. A guy, I'm not sure if you met JB. He came on. He's a Browns fan, and they're pissed. Browns fans are pissed. They got Monken because
they wanted Schwartz to be promoted.
The dude's like older than dirt. Like he's not going to be a long term. He's like 4 or 5 years. And he's going to want to retire. He's old as dirt. They're pissed. Like seriously, Cleveland fans are pissed off about the Monken.
And they're going to lose. And they're going to lose Jim Schwartz over it. Like
yeah. So I mean,
he said he's not coming back. He told him from what I read. I mean, he didn't give exact words or expletives, but he basically told the front office to fuck off that he's not coming back.
So everything coming into the Super Bowl week has been let me rephrase this and let me make this a question. And I'll go to JB first because if anyone's going to know, it's probably going to be JB. Is there anything positive that's come out from the NFL this week coming into the Super Bowl besides the fact the Super Bowl is happening this weekend?
Oh, the Pro Bowl events were fun.
Yeah, but the Pro Bowl game it was
Hey.
absolutely ridiculous.
Hey,
The only thing I loved about it was the Micah Parsons part where he's in his TFW and tries putting the flag on, and the ref says, "Get your ass off the field."
Yeah, but here's what I love. The very first pass from Shaduki Sanders was a pick, and then it went for a pick six, but a penalty brought it back.
I didn't even watch the flag football game. Okay, that's how. Now, the one thing I did think was funny, the NFL, the Bears at least tried to make lemonade out of lemons. They had some fun videos with their guys. They gave them a bunch of little pieces of paper that had tasks, like go find a former teammate, stuff like that. And that was fun, that they posted on their account. But I mean, dude, it's Super Bowl week, and this has been like I said yesterday, this would be the lowest rated Super Bowl probably in a decade. And Ken goes, well, they'll probably have the bots out the highest rated with the online stuff, and he's probably right. All the China bots working overtime for them.
All 20 of them.
Browns. there are more than one.
You haven't seen them in the front row wearing the dog masks, the dog bell, like that's the Browns fans.
That's why they're wearing the dog mask. They don't want anybody to know they're a Browns fan.
Yeah, but there's at least 20 of them.
Yeah,
man, it seems like more like the lackluster bowl this year.
Yeah.
Even if we get one of the best games in Super Bowl history, that's the only thing that's going to save this. Because right now, it's just like I think a lot of people will be tuned out by halftime if it's not a really good game.
But so far we've spent this whole week talking about it though, and like
negatively though.
For me,
Joe, look at the comment.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, dude, I would be all for that. But I was gonna say, like, I don't know. I would just, if it's all right with you guys, I would like to spend a couple minutes just to talk about, like, now that the head coaching carousel is done, like, on paper, of course, who do you think is going to improve the most based off their head coaching hire out of all the teams that hired a new head coach?
Go ahead, JB.
I think it's going to be the Titans with Salah because of who he got as offensive coordinator in Brian Daboll. He can focus on the defense, and that defense was pretty good the year before. It fell off with the same players because the coaching was bad.
And I got a feeling that it's still going to be the New York Giants, even with Matt Nagy as their OC. We have seen Matt Nagy be able to put out competent offenses before. Now, granted, we've seen him put out some crap, but you got to assume that this guy has learned from his mistakes there, and they got a pretty decently high-powered offense out there in New York, so it wouldn't shock me.
And they have a defense. And here's the thing: they have a top 5 or number 6 overall pick. So it's like they're either going to add another star piece to that defense, or they're going to add maybe Carnell Tate to Malik Neighbors to make that offense even more high powered, dude. Like,
so those, look at Tennessee and New York are the two I was juggling between. Look at New York because you get
Woody, you might get me into some Warzone after the show then.
The Giants because you're adding Harbaugh, and actually Matt Nagy makes a ton of sense as OC. He's a good OC. He showed it with Kansas City. We know in Chicago he showed his offensive mind can be really good with the first year of Trubisky. Actually, year 2 wasn't bad. Year 3 was kind of flat, but then he went back and took and kind of like started from scratch, right? Deconstructed it and built it back up. So Nagy is OC. Look what Nagy did as OC in Kansas City with no one. You had Travis Kelce and Mahomes, and after that, it was pretty blasé. And he had that offense.
How many games did they win with Matt Nagy?
That offense, so that one kind of makes some sense. But then, Harbaugh is the key there. Now, then though, when you go to the Titans, man, like Robert Salah, like his defenses, like look what he did with the defense in New York when he was there. They were actually pretty good. Look what he did with the team being held together by duct tape and bubblegum last year in San Francisco with that defense. Wow. And like JB said, look at 2 years ago, they were the number 1 defense in the league for half the season before they got wore out. But now they've got a quarterback who's come into year 2. You got a good OC with them. there's a potential for a lot of upside there, but New York, you got potential for a lot. I think potential's a little bit higher because they've got the stellar defense, but they've got the offensive weapons. Yeah. So I mean, that those are the two teams I think we look for. But now look at, I think the other question to go with that, Joe, is this: are either of those teams going to be playoff teams next year? Because this year we had a lot of teams go from non-playoff to playoff like that, from worst to first kind of thing. Do Tennessee and New York have a shot at doing that?
I think New York has a better shot than Tennessee.
I do too,
Like-
because I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are pretty legit. They
Mhm.
also didn't have hardly any coaching turnover out of the Jaguars camp.
Mhm.
So, the way they played, I think the Jaguars are still like the cream of the South right now. The Texans, if they ever get an O-line, they might be okay.
Mhm. And then you got the Colts, who, they started off the season really hot. Like, depending on what they do at quarterback, they still have a good team. They just, their quarterback play fell off, and once their quarterback play fell off, the whole team kind of fell off. And so, depending on what they do at quarterback, they could still be at least a contender in the division. And then, but I think the Giants have a good chance because Dallas is still Dallas, right? The Commanders, they're going to get Jaden Daniels back, but they're sort of an aging team. They need to get younger in some places. The Eagles, they were one and done, man. Like, the Eagles are a very good team. Yeah.
But they just got to make the playoffs. I mean, I think one of those two teams might make the playoffs.
I could see the Giants making a wild card.
I
Can see them winning that division.
Right, because look at who they got. They just lost. Vic Fangio supposedly is thinking about retiring.
Oh, he's retired.
He did retire. Okay.
He did retire,
That's
yeah.
official. Okay. And,
Oh, that's
and they
terrible for them then.
and then they got Sean Mannion as a first-time OC who's never called plays. He was
And a coach who's on the hot seat. And a head coach who's definitely on the hot seat.
So, and let's face it, Dallas was a dumpster fire on defense. I think they got the hire right, stealing the secondary coach from the Eagles, who probably would have been the DC if Fangio would have retired fast enough. So I think the Giants have the best chance of being worst to first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me.
Now, look at the Lions have a good chance of worst the first two. But then again, you're talking about the division where the separation between second place and last place was literally just a tie.
2 games. 2 games from
Right.
first to any of them. Remember,
Yeah.
everybody in the division had 9 wins.
I mean, ridiculous division. So that division is going to be interesting to see what happens. Look, there's some interesting things to watch with the NFC North. The Packers already took care of a little of that with, retained their GM and their head coach, which some fans are happy about, some fans aren't. I think Bears fans, Lions fans are all pretty ambivalent to it. Cause like, okay, you kept Matt Nagy, great. We know what we're going to get.
Matt LaFleur.
Or
Yes.
LaFleur, I'm sorry. Yeah. well,
Yeah,
Matt Nagy,
huge
LaFleur,
difference
what-
between those
Hey, wait.
coaches.
Hey, JB, Matt Nagy, LaFleur, what's the difference? Neither of them wins the division.
Huge
Damn.
one's actually been to multiple
Damn.
NFC championships.
Yeah.
The other one just got to skip
Damn.
a few jock straps.
I mean, in the Jordan Love era with Nagy, I said it again, with LaFleur, they've never won the division.
So
Oh,
this
here
was a question. This was a
Blinders again.
This is a question on the NFL show my publisher did last night, and I want to ask you guys to name them. What 4 teams have not been in an NFC championship game this century?
This century?
Since 2000.
Yep.
The Vikings. No, wait, the Vikings
Nope,
were.
they've been there.
Mhm.
The Lions. No, the Lions
No,
were too. Packers were. Bears.
Cowboys?
Bears have.
Cowboys
NFC
is
North
one.
has. Huh?
Cowboys
Yeah,
is one.
Cowboys
And there's
is
one
one.
that's been out of it even longer than the Cowboys.
Oh.
Not Arizona.
All 3 of the other
No.
ones are AFC. I can give you
Arizona did with Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I know, that's why I said not Arizona.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry.
Not
that. All
the
3
Colts,
other teams are AFC.
AFC.
not the Ravens. The Browns.
Jacksonville.
The
The Browns.
Raiders. The Raiders are
Browns
one.
have the longest AFC
Oh no, the
championship
Raiders
drought.
did.
1991, the last time they made the Super Bowl with Dickie Woods.
Man,
Dicky Shuffle. Oh yeah, Houston.
Houston. And there's one more.
Chargers.
No, Chargers made it once with Bill
Did they
Rivers.
really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
that's the
they
game
actually
that.
went. They
Yeah,
went to the
that's the-
Super Bowl and got their ass handed to them too.
No, they
that
didn't.
year.
They didn't go to the Super Bowl.
Oh no,
were
they got
ju-
their ass handed to them by the Broncos. That's right.
Okay, yeah, because they're historically bad in playoffs for some weird reason. One more AFC team, huh?
The
Can't say
Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins,
The Dolphins. That's
the Red
it.
Cave. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
So I want to ask JB, since JB's the stats guy, like, what do you think about Clint Kubiak as the Raiders head coach?
I think as long as he gets a veteran DC like Jim Schwartz, he'll be fine. I don't want an offensive mind in the coach not getting a veteran DC, nor do I
Mhm.
want a defensive coach not getting a veteran OC.
Mhm.
That
That's my
is that's the best thing that they do. That's what the difference that we saw with a lot of coaches. And go back to the 2021 coaching class. Who's the only one with still a job?
I don't even remember the 2021 coaching class.
I can tell you,
Wow.
the only one that still has a job coaches my team.
Hmm.
Everybody
You know-
else has fired their coach since then.
I'm trying to think like Nagy going to the Giants once again makes sense too, because for Nagy to prove it that he can do it outside of KC as an OC, I'm trying to find another Nagy like OC who could use a gig as an OC somewhere else to prove that he can do it in more than one place as an OC to get another head coaching job. But I'm trying to find who's the guy that we're missing. Is there someone we're missing that hasn't got Kingsbury got another job, right? Yep. Didn't he?
Abel got a job. Who didn't get a job? Hey, that's a good question.
Because like we saw with Kingsbury, right? He went
Stefanski.
and got another. Kingsbury went and got
Stefanski,
another
yeah,
OC
I'm a-
job with another team. So
And Mike
I mean,
McDaniel became an OC. So
it makes sense if for these guys wanting to get head coaching jobs down to show, hey, I can do it in more than
Sean
one place.
McDermott.
I think if we're missing one.
Yeah,
Sean
Sean
McDermott.
McDermott stepping
Sean
away from
McDermott.
there.
and Mike Tomlin are the two that did not get jobs anywhere.
But both of them said they want to take a year from
Yes.
football. So I don't know if
I-
McDermott would actually do it. And isn't McDermott more defense?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a defensive minded. He could step in, and here's where I thought it would be hilarious. He could either go southwest or he could go due east out of Cleveland and totally fuck the Browns. Become an assistant defensive advisor for either the Bengals or the Steelers,
I mean, yeah.
because then he's not doing a lateral move because it's in the division and it's legal for him to do it. You have to either step down or move up. You can't do a lateral move in the division when you're under contract. Wouldn't that be
Whoa,
hilarious
he's
if
under
he did either one of those? Schwartz is still under contract as
Oh, Schwartz
defensive
is yeah.
coordinator.
McDermott's not. Yeah. Okay.
He has to leave the division in a lateral move. He can't
Yeah.
stay in the division.
And then of course the
I
Vikings
would like to
need
see
a
him go to the
GM.
Raiders.
The Vikings need a GM too. That's gonna be that's gonna be. I'm interested to see who the hell they're gonna get to fill that, because dude, that's not gonna be an easy job because of where they sit with the cap and the personnel. And
They have
they're
the
in the
worst cap
window.
space. They have the worst cap space in the division, right? This year coming up.
no, okay. They're not quite New Orleans territory because Quezzy's people were really good about managing it, but one misstep and the wheels come falling off that car, because they've been really good about moving money around, doing this, doing that, but they're coming close to coming to a head where they're gonna have to make some decisions. And really, I mean, I think Quezzy got fired for two reasons. One is the Ginger Jesus goes to Seattle and gets to a Super Bowl, and two, I don't know, he's in Minneapolis, daycare fraud. I don't know if he's attached to that or not, but maybe. Just saying. Look at no,
The,
no,
ref-
let me back.
the
Look,
opinions of Ken the Bear fan do not reflect Ken and Ken in the morning.
I mean,
Nor
look
does
at,
it reflect kneecap biting with the Motor City
Oh,
Live.
look at,
dude.
look at. I'm
They're
just
gonna cut
saying,
in
I'm
with
just
that
putting
elevator
out
music
there.
real quick.
Look at-
They're like, "We'll be right back. We're experiencing
Yeah.
technical difficulties,
Yeah.
and Ken's gonna
No,
be gone.
I mean,
Ken's gonna be out of his seat."
I'm joking about that, honestly. Okay, I'm joking.
I know.
About that. But honestly,
And we are too.
when your
Eh.
star player does the Netflix version of Undercover Boss for NFL players, and the entire front office figures out it's him, and you don't after you just signed him to a mega deal like the week before, dude, I'm sorry. There's issues. Oh, and then, oh, by the way, I did my draft picks by PFF grade. Dude, really? I mean, there's a lot of reasons Quezzy got fired, but
What was it? One All Pro they've had since he's been there.
And as far as that GM job goes, like, it would be bad enough just coming into the situation you're coming into, but they're not even going to hire a GM until after the draft. So
Yeah.
they're like, "Here, accept this shit sandwich, but hey,
Yeah.
we'll cut the crust off for you." Like,
Oh
You
no!
know,
Oh no!
I mean,
It's
maybe
except
Quezzy
this
was
shit
get-
sandwich with the diarrhea fucking mayonnaise on it.
maybe Quezzy was spending too much time at the
Busting
Leering
back.
Center.
he said a diarrhea mayonnaise. Oh my god,
I guess Quezzy was spending too much time at the Leering Center, not the Learning Center.
dude! Like, who's gonna want that job? Like, so you're gonna take away the only attractive part of the job, which is I get to draft my own guys, and then I'm going to come in and run the team that you put together, and then you're going to fire me when I don't have success with it.
Look, Minnesota. Look at the Vikings have another issue, and it's not even football related. Who the fuck wants to move to Minneapolis right now? Like, I'm like, look at it. You have to consider it because, I mean, it's a part of the process. Like, you're sitting there, like, and you can take a job in Minneapolis. Like, really? Do you really want to move to Minneapolis right now, today, with everything that's going on there? Like, if you're driving the wrong kind of SUV, we've all seen the videos. I mean, whether you agree with the politics or not, it doesn't matter. It's on the ground there. It's a friggin' war zone, literally. Would you really want to move your family there right now if you're a guy, a GM making millions of dollars? No, you're like, nah, man. No, that's okay. Can I GM it for, hey, I'll take the job, but only if I get to stay in Texas where I currently live, right? And can I just phone it in? Because I don't want to be in Minneapolis right now. I mean, and I don't get the draft, and you want me to move to a war zone? Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll just stay where I'm at.
So
You know what I mean?
are we saying since the Minnesota general manager isn't going to be able to make the draft picks that this is a bit of a fraud with the general manager title?
I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, I just look at the whole thing as kind of a knee-jerk reaction. Like, I think that I think that it falls on ownership, honestly. Like, I'm not disagreeing with the decision to fire Quezzy. I'm disagreeing with the timing. Like, if you were going to fire him, you should have fired him the day after the season was over so you could get yourself in the GM search and get him in the process. Like, waiting as long as they did, they just fucked themselves.
Yeah, but really, who they
That's
lose
why
out on?
I think that was more that he had an interview with Ziggy Wolf there, and he botched the hell out of that end of season interview to where he said, "We can't let this guy be GM for a moment longer."
But look at Joe, to your point though, like who they lose out on. Okay, they lost out on Ian Cunningham. Look at for as much as Ben Johnson's about letting his guys go get jobs, he wasn't going to they weren't going to let him interview with Minnesota. They're okay with Atlanta. Hell, they've let Ian Cunningham interview with Atlanta for 3 years in a row. Finally, Atlanta figured out maybe he is the guy.
Well,
but
actually,
what other GMs that got hired have they lost out on? There's only been another GM hire.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
I'll point out one good candidate to you. I believe he's currently an assistant, or he was an assistant GM in Miami. Champ Kelly. He was also an assistant GM with the Raiders, and he's been a guy that's been talked about as having the potential to be a GM, but he just hasn't gotten a job yet. But they could have given Champ Kelly a shot.
They screwed the pooch on this. No two ways about it. And, and Fred, yeah, you can't see the crap from the penthouse, but you still have to drive to work on the street.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. when they did that exit interview, and he admitted that he used PFF grades for his draft picks, that's the equivalent of what we had here through the entire first part of the 21st century here with Matt Millen, with the guy that went with Mel Kiper's best available. But just before I head out of here, because I got to let everybody know what I'm doing, I wanted to plug my topic today because I'm doing another draft profile. It's Logan Jones, trench commander out of Iowa.
Iowa Hawkeyes aren't really known for linemen; they're known for tight ends.
Oh, they've got some good guards and a center
What are
in the
you
draft
talking
this year.
Tyler Linderbaum?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
Linderbaum.
Brian Bulaga.
That's all
came
Iowa
from
does is linemen and tight ends. So it's like
and linebackers. That's it.
and punters.
Yeah, and linebackers Jack Campbell.
That should be interesting. Yeah, I'm not even thinking draft yet, man. It's just like
Well,
I can't get over the Super Bowl weekend. Like, yeah,
I'm thinking draft because we got the Mendoza coming, baby.
yeah, you got
I
Mendoza.
can't wait to see how. I want to see how Clint Kubiak does with
Tom
Mendoza,
Flores.
dude.
Tom Flores 2.0.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
hopefully
another
the Tom
job,
Flores as a coach, not the Tom Flores as a player.
What, didn't
But
he
like-
win a
Minnesota,
Super
man,
Bowl,
like,
though?
that
Wait,
could
he
be-
won a Super Bowl with the Raiders.
No, it was Stabler.
I could have swore he was on that roster.
Oh, he might have been on the roster, but he wasn't the starting quarterback.
Right.
You're
I know
right, though. He was the first starting quarterback of the Oakland Raiders, too.
Right.
Tom Flores.
that Minnesota job, dude, that's going to be hard. I wonder if we're going to just get. I wonder if they're going to say KOC is going to be the GM and head coach, as Fred says that right there.
I love it, Fred. That's the way, the ultimate sabotage from within.
Well,
I mean,
well, shit, Fred. If you're gonna go that route, you might as well hire me as the new head coach.
Quezzy
We'll make
just
sure
went
they
in
do
there.
real well.
Quezzy just went in there. They're like, so Quezzy, explain your draft process. He's like, well, I got this board and I put all the pictures of the players up there, and then I just throw darts at it, right? Whichever player the dart lands on, that's what we're taking.
that
and you know-
might have been more effective than what he was doing.
And but like I said, though, Minnesota's a hard job though because like you're not going to get the draft. The town's a freaking war zone right now, so you don't want to be in and around town because you can't even drive through your neighborhood without having to go through a non-government checkpoint set up by civilians who are running your plate through some database that no one has access to but them.
You have no
Kinda
cap
weird.
space.
And unlike
You
New York,
have no
like,
cap space,
and you have no cap space,
and
you have very little.
you have no quarterback.
Well, if you get creative, there's some cap space. You need a quarterback. You're right because you have an injury-prone third-year guy. And like you compare that job to New York, and New York's a hot mess right now too. You got 8-foot tall mountains of trash along the streets, but at least you don't have to go to the city. You can just live in New Jersey where everything seems to be fine. So, that's it. But those things make impacts. Like guys don't want to go to teams sometimes because of taxes, because of the town itself. And right now, as an executive, do you really want to go to Minnesota?
How much of an upside down time do we live in where you don't want to go to New York City, but you rather go to New Jersey
You'd rather
instead?
be in Jersey, yeah, I know.
Dude,
you're-
that's kind of
have you
my
seen-
point.
Have you seen NYC the last couple weeks?
Well,
Oh, yeah, I have. It's fucking ridiculous.
Got
I mean, the
myself
trash
a
in the upper west side. The trash is 8 feet tall.
Not even just the trash. The plowing is horrendous.
Plowing.
Exactly. You have fucking cars trapped in with snow on the left side of them this fucking wide. What? For a city that collects all the state's taxes to pay for the city, you don't have enough money to plow your streets?
So like it's hard. But like I said, at least if you take that gig,
I could
you're
tell you where that money's going, but it's not going to be very popular.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I know. You're going to be at least there. You're in East Rutherford, New Jersey. You don't have to live on the New York side. You can live on the New Jersey side, and you're not dealing with it. If you're Harbaugh, Harbaugh,
Go get a
really-
meatball sandwich and not worry about nothing.
I mean, what's a drive from Boston? What's a drive from Baltimore to NYC? 5 hours?
I don't know.
hold on.
It's not
Maybe
that.
maybe not even 5. I don't know.
No, it's about 3 hours.
So really, Harbaugh doesn't even have to move it. He's gonna have to sell his house.
I mean,
No.
I'm not doing a 3-hour commute.
No. I mean, he's rich enough. He can just fly in on his helicopter every day, whatever. But I mean, but still, I mean, like that's an easy gig to take, dude. Minnesota's a tough sell right now. Plus, look at why like the Bears have been a tough sell, primarily because you're so heavily taxed. I mean, look at when you're talking about players and executives, stuff like that is taken into account. Like, why do you think Ndamukong Suh went to a Florida team when he left the Lions? No state income tax, right?
Oh, see, I thought that's because he was banned from all the other states.
No, it's because
no.
he signed a $100 million contract, and that was going to save him at least $10 million in the long run. Probably like $12 million in state taxes. So he's like, make an extra $12 million over the life of my contract. I mean, $12 million is nothing to scoff at, dude. Like just with what he saved, guys like us could be set for life, you know?
I mean, so, dude, all that stuff goes into consideration too. So if you're in Minnesota and you're looking at the landscape, and you're like, okay, whatever GM I'm going to get in, it's going to be rushed to get their draft picks in, so I'm not going to let them draft. The cap is not going to be great or easy to work with. The city's a fucking war zone right now. Why do I even bother? Because the only ones that are going to want to take the job are fucking crazy, probably anyways. So, do I really want a crazy person as my GM? Probably not. So let me get through this draft, maybe fix the roster some in terms of money, and let this crap in my state die down, and then go hire a guy.
Yeah.
Now, there is some other news, by the way, that I can get into a little bit. There is it's not massive, not moving the needle one way or the other. However, the Bears, because we got to be in the news too, the Indiana legislative, the House, passed their bill to build the stadium. The Senate's expected to pass it this week. The Bears, in no uncertain terms, said when the legislative session in Illinois is done at the end of January or February, we will know we are building our stadium. So if they still get this, you're not our priority BS they've been getting, the Bears will be moving to Gary.
Gary Bears, here we come.
And you know what? I wouldn't blame it. Just like Kansas City moving across the state line, to Kansas. I would not blame them none the least. And look at the tax once again. What the stuff we were just talking about, the tax situation. They could literally save billions of dollars by moving to Indiana. Billions with a B.
Yeah.
Right? Over the life of that stadium.
You're going from a crazy blue state to a red state.
I mean,
which is big business friendly, and you're still only 30 minutes away from Chicago, so you're still going to keep your fan base.
Not even. The mayor of Gary is like, I can ride my bicycle to where Soldier Field is. I can ride a bicycle. That's how close it is. I mean, it's a short commute for guys like Billy Flores, Billy the fence guy. He's like, it might actually be closer than going to downtown. Now, where it gets harder is where about 70 to 80% of the season ticket holders live in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I can tell you that could be a 2-hour drive easily. You're coming from Buffalo Grove, Wheeling, Arlington Heights, Palatine, Hoffman, Schaumburg, that whole area. You got to go through the city, right, and then take the Sky Bridge, which is expensive, across. I mean, that can be a 2-hour, 3-hour drive in traffic easily. So, but once again, though, you're going to pick up fans from Hammond, Gary, South Bend, Michigan City. They're going to pick up, so they're going to fill the stadium regardless. But I mean, the state of Illinois is another state screwing up their football team, because of stupid politics. I mean, look, something should be apolitical. Football should be one of them. And it's like when you're taking a massive revenue generation assembly, which is an NFL franchise, and look at having an NFL franchise is a crown jewel of business for any city, because look at professional sports period generate billions of dollars of revenue, right? If you have professional sports teams in your city, you're making money, period. And if you're going to let the Bears walk because you don't want to give them a tax break, you're still making money, dude. A lot of it. But you're going to say, no. We want to bend you over the barrel and take you to the Dolphins rape cave. Of course they're going to walk. And that's what I don't believe the Bears walk. I think the fan base, it's funny. When Arlington Heights got announced 3 years ago, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Ken. 3 years ago they announced that they bought Arlington. The fans were pissed off because they were going to leave the lakefront. The fans came to terms with it being in Arlington. We're happy with it. They're like, fine, we get it. It's the Northwest Burbs. Cool. And now, Gary, you know what most fans are like? There's still some like, fuck that, Gary. Oh, I'll never do. Most of them are just like, cool. The state of Illinois has made the Bears fans so ambivalent for them to, like, if they're going to move to Indiana, they're like, yeah, it's cool. I get it. I understand. I'm down. That's how bad it's gotten in Chicago. Could you imagine if they did that in Green Bay? Where, like, the
Moving
state
to Milwaukee?
legislator, because Milwaukee would be like, we don't care what the state's going to do. We're going to fund the whole stadium. We're going to charge you zero taxes. Just move here. We don't care. Whatever the state doesn't do, we'll make up for it. That's what Milwaukee would do. Hey, we got the Potawatomi Indian tribe. They said they'd finance the whole thing. And they would, because they know how much money they would make. Right?
Because they're setting up a casino right next to that fucking stadium, dude. Like, they're going to make money hand over fist, dude.
Well, Potawatomi is not that far from Miller Park. It's only like 10 miles away, not even. I mean, you can almost walk to it. But I mean, could you imagine if they did it in Wisconsin? Like they told the Packers, you're not a priority.
There'd be no way in freaking hell. You would see that town go from, I think it's somewhere around 100,000 to like 10.
And the mayor of Chicago hasn't helped any. The governor of Illinois is not helping any. The Cook County commissioner is definitely not helping. The only one who seems to be helping is the mayor of Arlington Heights. Then again, are you surprised because you got a mayor in Chicago who thinks he can arrest federal law enforcement officers who are doing federal law enforcement because he says it violates his city law? So, he wants cop on cop violence. So that should tell you all you need to know about Chicago right now. But I mean, dude, what another dumpster fire. What is up with the NFC North, dude? Like, I'm waiting for Detroit to do something stupid and then Green Bay. I mean, look at it. I don't think Wisconsin would be dumb enough, or Green Bay itself would be dumb enough to do something like Minnesota or Chicago.
No, because what it is they'll hem and haw overpaying for renovations a little bit, but once it starts getting close to that deadline, all right, you know what, we will chip in that money that you want us to.
Because
But I just want to point out, I think it's absolutely hilarious that Wisconsin is smart enough to keep their football team, but Chicago is the one we're talking about being stupid, right? Like, because with all the jokes that we, talking about the sheep farm next to the stadium and everything else, with all the shit that we give Wisconsin, they are smart enough to realize where their bread is buttered.
Yeah. But also, though, the other difference is the mayor of Green Bay, the governor of Wisconsin aren't trying to fight a war against the federal government that they're going to lose because, well, the federal government constitutionally, we don't have to get into the politics, but that's the big difference right there. They care. They're like, okay, what can we legitimately affect that's positive for our people? And they chose wisely. Our sports teams are going to make our people a lot of money, so we're going to invest in our sports teams and build stadiums and do improvements for the Bucks and the Brewers, and we're going to take care of our sports teams because they make us a lot of money. Because let's face it, outside of the Wisconsin Dells, you don't get much tourism. So,
Man, but I'll bet the bars in Green Bay are thriving though.
It is literally so bad when you go overseas to like drinking competitions. If they find out you're from Wisconsin, they literally ban you. And this has happened in multiple places on video.
And look in Minnesota, the Vikings. It's not that the Vikings are screwing up; it's that the Vikings are kind of caught by happenstance, right? No, they're screwing up with the Quasi thing, but I mean, the rest of it's not their fault because they haven't. They've stayed out of the whole Minnesota fight. Like, you've never
You're okay. I get
anything.
what you mean then.
And rightfully so, the Minnesota Vikings, I applaud them for staying apolitical, not tipping their hand one way or the other about the situation in Minnesota. They're keeping it football. And the Bears have done the same thing. They've kept it football. But unfortunately, in Chicago, you've got a mayor and you've got a governor who just want to fight a political fight with the federal government and don't care about their sports teams. Like, honestly, if the White Sox said, you know what, the cell's not working for us, we need renovations, they'd sell. Well, move to Indiana too. You know,
Was that Fred? Was that Fred that made that comment about cow tipping? Hey, Fred, let's be honest. They're not sneaking into cow pastures in the middle of the night to tip them, bro.
Well, actually,
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, you got to get the fucking milk somehow, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the other thing. If you got in the NFL, there's another negative. You're going to take a marquee franchise is about to leave its home. Soldier Field, Chicago will not have a football team in the city or even in the state, possibly by the end of this month. They might be moving to Indiana. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that this will not be like the Rams taking 3 years to build that complex. The state of Indiana will have that thing done in 18 months. Because you know why? Indiana's smart and they will clear the way. They will get rid of any obstacle that they normally put up for other businesses will be cleared out by the state government.
They're probably bulldozing the land as we speak.
Oh, yeah, they are. Because like in LA,
we're ready to break ground, bro. Like we're just waiting on you.
You got to remember, LA begrudgingly did it for the Rams, right? It was begrudgingly did it. And then the LA made it as hard as possible for the Rams to build SoFi with all the permitting and everything else. Dude, in Indiana, there'll be zero permitting issues. It'll be like, they're like, here's the land, give us about 18 months, we'll have everything done for you. Oh, and by the way, where would you like Halas Hall to be placed? Guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
Not good look for Illinois or the NFL. And you know what? The NFL could have and possibly should have gotten involved more with the state of Illinois. They haven't. Once again, Goodell playing politics because he agrees with Brandon Johnson. He agrees with Governor Pritzker in sacrificing the NFL for a political aspiration. Goodell is bad for the league, period. I mean, so here we are, Super Bowl week, and we have nothing positive for the Super Bowl.
Am I the only one who feels like the more years go by since Gruden's emails come out, the more he's proven right about Roger Goodell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never disagreed with them to begin with.
I still 100% believe the South Park episode where he's just actually a robot that's being controlled by the owners and he's not an actual person.
Yeah, I mean, he's just I don't like Goodell at all. I think one of the best parts of the draft is when he comes out to announce it and he just gets booed to shit no matter where he goes. Yep. It's booed off the stage.
Let's be honest, though. Every commissioner of every sport gets booed. But I think the one who has the best fun with it, and Goodell tries to act like him, is Gary Bettman for the NHL. Bettman makes a joke out of it. He makes a thing out of it. He's always made a thing out of it. And when you listen to interviews with Bettman, first off, look how the NHL has grown under Bettman. They've actually had better growth than the NFL overall. And Goodell tries to be like Bettman in some ways, and it doesn't come off as even genuine. Especially when he tries to do the big bear hug thing. It's like, dude, come on. Like, I'm sorry, Goodell needs to be gone. They need to find a better guy. They do. Maybe the NHL will be stupid and let Bettman walk out the door, and they can hire Bettman. That dude.
It's too bad Al Davis is dead because I think he'd make a great NFL commissioner.
Baseball's got commissioner problems too, but I mean, Goodell, like you know why Goodell keeps his job? Because of like the whole thing we talked about Europe. He makes the NFL tons of money with these deals. That's the only reason he keeps his job. It's weird. on one hand, he's making the money hand over fist with the European games, the all the streamers that he gets contracts with, right? But then he runs fans off in the same breath. But in the end, he still ends up making them more money. It's the only reason he keeps his job, because what's he done to actually grow the game? Like, seriously, like, he pisses fans off all the time, which they all do. But this guy more so than other, he makes the sport political when it should be apolitical, and yet he keeps a job. And let's be honest, most of these owners aren't politically aligned with him, and yet they still let him keep the job because he makes them money.
I think it's more than just that he makes the money. I think it's just he does what they want. He's a perfect puppet for them. He does exactly what they want him to do.
And so
Like,
they let him go into his little
Hence my
political
statement of
story.
the Goodell bot.
Because I'll tell
Yeah,
you what,
but
his
the
politics.
Goodell
and
bot
Jerry-
is good, but I think it's more like a hand puppet, you know, where the owners have their own all the way up his ass.
I
They're
mean,
like,
look at. I mean, his politics and Kraft or Jerry Jones do not mix. So how he still has a job with those two are politically opposed to him? It's only because he's making them money, and a lot of it. Yeah, the Swiftie thing kind of helped him too. I don't know about that, Fred. Maybe you. Maybe Yinzer. I don't know.
Jeepers, fucking Yinzer catching strays.
I got.
Man
Hey, 'cause
down.
he hasn't said much this morning, so I got to throw a little something at
man down. Hey, Man Hour hasn't been around for a good little while, and Motown Mitch either.
Well, Motown
Motown
Mitch
Mitch
has
is
got
having
major health problems going on.
him. We haven't
Man-
seen Broski in a
man-
bit, but we know
Yeah, Man Hour.
Broski's in the move.
I'll fucking shoot some shit over to him and see what he's up
Hey,
to.
the next time we're gonna hear from Broski, he'll be talking like a Canadian there, you hoser.
Oh God.
Don't you know?
Yeah, don't you know, That'll be
Oh
Broski.
my god,
Fucking gonna give me PTSDs over
he's
here.
gonna have
Oh.
poutine stains on his shirt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just. It's
On a
sad.
side note, poutine is actually really
It
freaking
is
good,
good.
dude. I had it when I was in Vermont, and it's fire.
It is sad though that the state the NFL is in, that you have the crown jewel of the NFL happening this weekend and no one gives a shit. There's no hype. There's not even. At least GoDaddy used to get you some free hype commercials like before the Super Bowl. They get you. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. There's none of that, because you know why? We're gonna see more commercials for this drug may have the following side effects. That's what we're gonna get, right? And then we're gonna get Bad Bunny at the halftime, and we're gonna get a Super Bowl with two teams that no one cares about. Seattle, really, very few people really care about New England because they're just tired of New England. And even though that's a good story, people are just.
I was gonna say, I got a feeling right now we're watching the rebirth of the Patriots dynasty. I
And that
truly
could
got
be-
that feeling.
And that could be true, but that's maybe another reason why people are like, yeah, whatever. Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Because what it's going to be is we're just going to bounce between the Patriots and the Chiefs. When one's rebuilding, the other one will be the Super Bowl champ, and vice versa.
like Broncos Seattle would have been a much better Super Bowl in some way. Broncos Bears would have been a much better Super Bowl in some way. Even Broncos
If Bo
Rams.
Nix wasn't hurt,
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing. If Bo Nix wasn't hurt. Speaking of which, there's actually some drama circling the Denver Broncos right now because Sean Payton. You wanted news? Sean Payton came out in a press conference and talked about Bo Nix's ankle injury and said basically it was just a matter of time till this happened because his ankle is basically fucked and it's been fucked. And like, I mean, those are not his exact words, of course, but Bo Nix actually did an interview on the radio where he was like, yeah, first of all, I don't think he should be speaking about my medical stuff like that out in public. And second of all, like, that's not actually what happened, like this and that. Like, so there could be some trouble in paradise there.
well, that's the other thing, Fred. The Olympics are about to pop off here. What, in 2 days? Actually, yeah, I'm more interested in watching Olympic hockey than I am the Super Bowl.
I have zero interest in the fucking Olympics.
Hey, that Jack Ham commercial is awesome. When he walks into the locker room, they talk about, yeah, we see our friends up north, and they're all looking at my face like, what? Did something happen? They did a thing. and they show all the fights from the Four Nations Cup, and he's like, well, "Can't we hug it out?" And they all just start laughing at him. That is a great commercial. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then the Lindsey Vonn thing will be interesting. I mean, the Olympics have better storyline than the Super Bowl does this year. I mean, Lindsey Vonn's got completely torn ACL and she's skiing. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was
And
gonna say
especially
that
at
part
her
is
age. She's on the old age side of the Olympic competitive.
That's what winners do.
Yeah. So, even though I don't get her commercial with what's her name, like we do it because we love it. Like you're an actress who had fake whatever, but you know that's got more buzz.
For the record, there's nothing wrong with fake whatevers.
Well, and she's okay.
yes, there is. I'm good on Tupperware.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, I'm just
Different
hoping
strokes
this
for
game,
different folks, I guess.
dude,
Yep.
this better be a good game. That's all. I mean, like if it's not a good game,
Nothing wrong with a good set of bolt-ons, bro. Like,
nah, man.
and even
I'm
the
an all
draft
natural
this
kind
year-
of guy for that part.
I mean, even the draft this year doesn't have a buzz yet. Usually, there's some kind of buzz. I mean, it's a little. I mean, not to take away from what Joe's team is doing, but after that, it's like,
I wonder how much of it is all the nonsense from the political aspect has just taken over so much shit that it's just sucked the hype away.
yeah, it's just you can't turn to any channel without something about it on TV, and people talking one way or the other about it, and like
Well, we've
we've honestly reached a place in America like where like America's always been somewhat divided by politics, but I can remember a time when like Republicans and Democrats could agree to disagree and they could still get shit done.
Yeah, I remember a time right before all this popped off when they all got together for Occupy Wall Street in the 99 or 98%er movement. And it's just a coincidence how once we started going after some of the money shit, we had to get fractured all the pieces.
We've actually even touched on it a little bit on this show. But I mean, we try to stay apolitical. And I think you're not wrong, Joe. I think the politics of the country and what's going on, everything has affected it. But part of that's because the NFL has let it affect it.
Yeah.
Like, because the NFL has dipped its toe in when it should have stayed out. You know why the NHL is thriving right now? They're not dipping their
staying
toe
out of
in
it.
But
Am I the only one? And like, granted, I tend to vote Republican, but am I the only one who actually, maybe I'm crazy, but I actually long for the days of like the Clinton administration? Like, not so much for the president, like he was all right, but just the times, because it's like people got along better. Like, there wasn't this division about everything. It's like, if you were a Democrat, okay, cool, doesn't bother me.
Though, like, you even look at our network, dude, we got a couple guys in this network who are very, very far left. And we got some people who are very staunchly conservative. And we get along for the sports shows because we can talk football. So that piece still goes. Right now, we've launched kind of like a political side that we're starting to play with. But I mean, you get guys who are very strong blue voters and guys who are very strong red voters just getting here talking football. That still exists. The problem is with the NFL is the NFL itself is dipping its toes in the political arena when they shouldn't. Like Goodell is doing this. And they're doing this sometimes they're doing it just like by bringing in Bad Bunny, who was very political before they said he was going to do the show. And Goodell knew that. They said that we don't care. We agree with them. When they should have said, no, we need to be apolitical. Let's find an artist or a group that isn't espousing politics of any kind, that's just going out and playing music. And there are more than a few that could have fit the bill. So the NFL is letting itself become political again. After they just got over all the backlash they had from BLM and taking a knee and everything, and they started to get fans back. They said, oh, they're starting to come back. Let's hit them again. Anywho.
It's like an anti-business model, and yet it's still working.
I know, right? JB's up next, and he's got some actual football to talk about because he's already in the draft mode. We're not. We'll get there eventually, maybe. In a
Possibly.
month. Yeah. But everyone have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.